Hello, my friends. Welcome to my Friday Facebook Live. Hello, if you're watching the replay on Facebook or YouTube, I upload my videos every Friday to YouTube. Today, we're going to get right into the card making. I'm going to also be telling you all about what's going on with Sassy Paper Crafts and Stampin' Up! While we make this card. So, the idea for this card came from this card. So, I made this quite a while ago, over 6 months ago, using the Good Morning Magnolia bundle, which is no longer available. It is retired. But I thought, why not make it using a current stamp set and die set? So I went with the Cottage Rose bundle. Now, this bundle is also part of the World Card Making Day bundles. There are 3. When you buy any of these 3 bundles before October 1st, you get a free pack of iridescent pearl basic jewels. So what is World Card Making Day? Click the link in the description of this video and you can see all about it. But in a nutshell, Stampin' Up! Is putting on an event for World Card Making Day where we will be making 3 cards. These are all the products we'll be using. It also gives you a little info here. If you want to print this sheet, there is, I believe it's on the Stampin' Up! Website. If not, though, it is in my VIP group. Well, it will be in my VIP group after this live. I'm trying to pull up comments as I talk. So the link for my VIP group is also in the description of this video. You can download this and the PDF with all the measurements of today's card and all the supplies I use. So let's get started. So the first thing I used was a smoky slate card base, which I have right here. And my stuff is not working. I don't know why. But I also use the Cottage Rose bundle. So let me show you this bundle. This is a cling stamp set with 10 stamps in it, and it is bundled with these beautiful dies. I love these dies. So the dies not only cut out the images, so this one is what I used on this, obviously, but they also create these cute little detailed flowers. There's rose there. These cut out the leaves stamp. This one is interesting. So this one cuts out these 3 flowers here, this flower, and then some leaf accents along the way. Isn't that kind of neat? So you can stamp them. There it is. It goes that way. And then you can cut them all out at once, which I think is pretty cool. So for this card, I used this stamp here. And let's do that quick. I have some scrap basic white somewhere in my life right here. And we're using one ink color. I know there are more colors than that on here, but we're only using one ink pad. I'm using Smoky Slate. I wish my tablet would work. I'm using Smoky Slate. We're going to grab our rose out of here, and I'm going to use an E-block just because this is a bigger stamp. Hello, Amanda. Amanda says, I love that flower. I do too. So I'm using an E-block. I'm inking it up, and I'm just tapping lightly. I'm not smushing this down. I'm just checking to make sure it's fully covered, and then we're going to put that onto our basic white cardstock. I didn't push too hard. I want it to be kind of subtle. So then what I'm going to do is color using Stampin' Blend. So I have polished pink, and I also have soft succulent for the leaves. I'm only using 2. These come in a combo pack, so you get the light and dark of both colors. What I like to do when I color is I like to start with the light first and kind of do my outline. This also helps me kind of stay in the lines a little bit. And then this is a really bright color. I wanted it to be different than this. This is more soft and muted. This is Highland Heather. So I wanted it to be a little more muted. Now I've already got one started here. So I'm going to pull that and we're going to finish that one up. So I've already gone in with the soft succulent. Now I'm going to go in with my polished pink. I did my outline. And I'm just going to kind of blend that together. Now you can see the difference. The outline is obviously dried, but I'm going to go over the outline again to blend it, hence why they're called Stampin' Blends. I'm just going to go over the whole thing, kind of rough, not really being super particular about how I'm coloring. I do want to stay as much in the lines as I can. I've already die cut this, as you can see. And I'm just kind of going over it. And any white areas that I have at the end of this, we'll fill in. Everything will be blended together nicely. This one kind of came out a little bit choppy there. So I'm going to do a better job on this one. And while I'm doing that, I want to tell you about the weekly deals that Stampin' Up! Is having. So every Thursday in September, they are doing new weekly deals. So new weekly deals just went up yesterday. You can click the shop link in the description of this video to see this week's weekly deals. There's some pretty good stuff, if I do say so myself, on there. And when you shop, this host code right here is what you want to use if your order is under $150. And that will get you a free gift from me in October. If your order is over $150, you don't want to use that code because then you'll get the Stampin' Reward. So what I do is for orders, if you place, let's say, a $20 order, you use that code, the Stampin' Rewards accumulate, and I use that to get you guys free gifts. So please use the code when your order is under $150. So I'm just blending. I went over with the dark. I'm blending it with the light. And like I said, my first version was a little bit choppy. So I want to do a better job on this one. I just kind of shaded some areas and created a little bit of interest. I want to go over this too. There's a little bit going on there that I don't care for. There, that is colored. So I like that one a lot better than I like this one. If you wanted to eliminate all that, you can just go over the whole thing with the dark. I didn't. But now let's make our background. So I have this piece of polished pink here, and I'm going to bring back in my smoky slate, and we're just going to use these leaves that come in the stamp set. And I love this technique because you can basically make your own pattern paper this way. So if you have, you know, a card that you want to make, but you don't have paper to go with it, just make your own. So I'm taking the smoky slate, I'm inking up that leaf, and I'm just going to stamp right onto my paper. I'm going to kind of rotate and turn my stamp as I go, just kind of random in all different directions. I don't want the stems kind of coming together like I did there, but that's okay. Just kind of randomly going about this. I pretty much know where my rose and everything is going, so there will be parts of this that will be hidden, but I want to get everything nice and covered in leaves, and it's okay if you overlap your stamp. You don't want to do it too much, you're going to make it muddy, but actually, you know what, we're going to start over because I don't like that. I'm going to go again. This is a really quick technique, so if you mess up, paper has two sides, and you can just do it again. And I'm kind of going off of the paper because that way it just kind of looks like the design will continue on forever. I'll go this way. And then in my VIP group, I will have the PDF for this, and that will have all the measurements of all the paper I used here, all the supplies I've used. So if you're wondering, well, what stamp set did she say that was? It'll all be on the PDF. And when you join my VIP group, I'm just going to clean my stamps off quickly. When you join my VIP group, there are 3 questions. If those questions aren't answered, I'm not going to let you in. So I've had several people recently who have requested to join the group, which is great, happy. But if you don't answer those questions, I don't let you in. So the first question is asking if you'd like to sign up for my emails. You do not have to sign up for my emails to get into the group. That's just a yes or no question. The second one is, are you a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator? If you are, you're more than welcome to follow me on my public pages, but I don't let you into the VIP group. And the third question asks, what kind of crafter are you? Are you a beginner? Do you just casually craft? Are you an avid crafter? So if you don't answer those questions, you can't get into the group. Amanda says, it's a great idea. I never thought about doing that with the designer series paper. Yeah, well, it's not really designer series paper. It's Sarah designer series paper, but I think that's just a great way if you don't have paper to go with this particular stamp set. So I'm just going to take this little piece of smoky slate, and it's the same width as my polished pink, and I'm just going to place that over there, and then I'm going to flip it over on our ucky side. I'm going to put my seal going all around, and then we're going to take some of this polished pink ribbon, and I want to make sure I have it going where I want it. That's a little bit high, so I'm going to move it. There, that's better. Take some of this ribbon, whoops, and maybe wrap it around. My fingers are not working today. There we go. And then I have a piece of basic white. We're just going to stick that down. And then before I get too crazy and we put all our stamps away, this is the inside of our card. I'm going to take this stamp here, and I'm just going to ink it up again in that smoky slate. Grab a D block, and we're just going to stamp the corner of our card because I like having a little bit of a design on the inside of my cards. I'm just going to stamp it just like that. You could color it if you wanted to. I'm going to leave it smoky slate. I like it. So then we're going to flip that over, take some seal, kind of sloppily, and put that on the inside of our card. And then I can go ahead and put this panel down on the outside. And grab a few Stampin' Dimensionals for our rose. I'm just going to place that just like that, kind of in the middle. And then I stamp the Feel Better Real Soon stamp from the Cottage Rose stamp set onto a piece of basic white, and I die cut it with the Stylish Shapes die. So I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals and pop that up. Move my garbage can, so now I can't reach it. I'm just going to put that kind of over to the right side of it a little bit. And before I finish, I have some of the 2021 to 2023 in color opal rounds. And I'm just going to grab the paper piercing end of the Take Your Pick tool and pick a couple of those up. We'll do 3 of them. And just kind of randomly on the card. Another one like there. I like that. And that is it for the card. Now, if you wanted to step this up a little bit, trying to see if I have it handy. The Wink of Stella. Do I have one handy? I don't think I do. The Wink of Stella pen, though, would go really good on this rose. I don't know where it went. It's a glitter brush. Let me see. I have this thing. Oh, there it is. It's in my little basket. It's a glitter brush. So all it is mess-free glitter. You take and you squeeze the ends here, kind of like a water painter. Let's just go over that rose a little bit. And with the alcohol markers, it doesn't blend the color because they're alcohol markers. These have dried. These are in there. They're not, the color is not moving. It's not going anywhere. With the water base, like the ink pads are, and our Stampin' Write markers, it does move the ink around a little bit, so you need to be careful with that. But look at the subtle, hope you can see that, the subtle shimmer that the Wink of Stella gives. versus the dull. This one, I'm going to do this one too because I like it so much. So I'm going to do this one, and maybe that'll make it look a little better and not so choppy. I need to squeeze a little more. I think I'm almost out, and I need to get a new Wink of Stella. I've had this one for forever, so I probably do. I'm just going to go over the leaves a little bit. There, now it is stepped up a little bit. Look at that. And I hope you can see that. I hope the light is catching the glitter a little bit. So that is today's project. And before I go, I want to announce the winners. We have 2 winners of the Rings of Love Designer Series paper. This is a celebration paper. So last week, all you had to do was comment on either the Facebook Live or my YouTube replay, and you got entered to win this. If you comment and shared, you got 2 entries. So I have 2 winners. The first is from YouTube, and it was Kimberly. That's the randomly selected name that was picked, was Kimberly from YouTube, and then from Facebook, it was Andrea. So I will be sending these out to you tomorrow. Kimberly, you look for a message from me because I don't have your information. Andrea, I of course have your information. So that is our giveaway winners. Amanda said, love the shimmer. I've only used it on clouds. I need to start putting it on everything. You do, because I'm telling you, it just steps up everything. And Amanda said, congrats, ladies. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will be live again on Sunday in the VIP group. So go ahead and click that link and make sure you answer all the questions when you request to join. And I will be live Sunday there, and Monday will be a new YouTube video. And until next week, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.